Hello everyone and welcome back to my Albion Trading 101 series. Today we will be exploring the different styles of trading that exist in Albion, their pros and cons. And at the end of the video we will be touching on the tax system, as well as listing fees, and how to properly calculate profits with this knowledge. So, let's get started then. The first type of trading in Albion is market flipping. This is what we did in the last video. Buying the broadsword for 522 silver, and in turn selling it for 1,669 silver. Netting a profit of 1,000 silver in the process. This is, in essence, how market flipping works. It is heavily reliant on a good spread between buy and sell orders. And items that see more trade volume will make you money quicker this way. The pros of using this style of trading are that it is simple to get into, it requires very little research. You can sift through the marketplace and find a good spread on an item, and start trading it right away. Probably the biggest one for me, and the reason this style is exclusively what I do in Albion trading, is that you don't need to travel to make money. Some other styles of trading require you to travel with your merchandise, which can be boring, time-consuming, and dangerous if you're moving through full loot zones. It also sees quick results. You can go from 10k silver to 500k silver in a day. And the more capital you have to tie up in by orders, the process will become faster and more profitable. So it scales with your success. The con of market flipping is the competition. You are not going to be the only one who knows this trick. And sometimes the undercutting and overcutting you will see from your fellow traders can hinder your orders getting filled. To this end, it requires a fair amount of attention. You can log in once a day, or once every few days. But your orders may become buried beneath other traders who visit the market more frequently. I will say that the economy in Albion is very healthy, and surges of buys and sells will sometimes cancel this out. The next type of trading we will discuss is known as transporting, or region trading. The concept is simple: buy goods at a low price in one market, move them to another market, and sell them at a higher price for a profit. While that concept covers what transporting is, there are many different ways to turn a profit using this method. We will list a few here. You can buy goods in a city with production bonuses to that good, such as buying cloth helms from Thetford. Crafters get bonus output crafting cloth helms there, so naturally, the abundant local supply will drive the prices of the item down, allowing you to pick them up cheap, and move them en masse to a place where they are not as cheap. To find city production bonuses in-game, you open your map, click into the city zone map. Here we will look at Thetford. And on the top right of this window, there is a small drop-down arrow. Click that and you can see what production bonuses are available there. Another transporting style is using the black market in Caerleon. The black market is a special market there that people can sell items to. These items are then seeded back into the game. When you loot a chest, or get a random drop while killing mobs in the open world, the game takes the items people sell to the black market, and gives them to you in the form of these loot containers. Often, the black market will have better price offers for your items than normal markets, which is why people buy items low, and sell it to the black market for a profit. The last type of transporting method we will cover today is black zone trading. While the new portal towns are linked to their corresponding cities' markets, the hideouts and rests out in the black zone are not. To trade in hideouts, it is usually a good idea to be part of a big alliance. Arch, for example, has quite a few people in it, and hideouts everywhere. Each of these hideouts has its own market. So identify something your fellow alliance members might buy, such as good PvE or PvP food, and move it out there. The same can be said for the rests in the Black Zone. They function as little cities, out in the lawless territories. And because supply is scarce here, the profits you can make are immense. Now to cover the pros and cons of transporting. The pro is that because you are moving the goods from a heavily supplied area to an area with scarce supply, the spread for the item is usually a lot larger than you would find with market flipping in one zone. When I first started playing, last Christmas, there was a spread of 15,000 silver on T4 horses from Thetford to Fort Sterling. I was buying the horses for 17k silver in Thetford, and transporting them to Fort Sterling to sell for 32k silver. Because mounts sell like crazy, one batch would be sold off by the time I could bring another load over. I made millions in less than a day this way. It was a very good first trading experience for me. There are a few cons to this method. The first is researching your target items and destination. It requires you to make use of the travel planner in-game, so lots of naked teleporting from city to city, to find a good niche to trade in for that day. So it can take some time to find a good trade route to run. The other serious con here comes into play when you are transporting goods into red or black zones. Transport gankers are a common sight in this game. Often they will be near a gate to a new zone, though sometimes they will ride ahead of you, dismount and attack. While oxes can carry a lot of goods, they aren't exactly speedy mounts. So when they spot you, there is a good chance you will be having a run-in with them soon. There are certain mounts that are quicker than oxes, but they are often more expensive, or can carry less. So it's a trade-off. The final type of trading in Albion that we will cover today is something known as swing trading. Swing trading is done by buying up as much of an item as you can spare the silver for, and holding onto it over a period of weeks or months, until its value starts to rise. Oftentimes, you will be holding the items for a 50k to 100k increase in value. So let's say you buy 100 oxen at 100k silver. You knew there was a surge of supply, so you bought them up. Then over time, as the surge died down and supply dwindles, the price on these same oxen rises to 150k silver. So you then list sell orders for them and liquidate your supply. That is what a swing trade is. The quick math on those numbers, by the way, is 10 million in and 15 million after sale. So 5 million in profit. The easiest example of a recent swing trade I can think of is the Demon Fang. The Demon Fang got fixed and buffed about a month ago. Here is where our 4-week option for the trade volume window comes in handy. You can see here that 4 weeks ago, AT4 Demon Fang was trading at 3k to 9k silver on average. And now, ever since the last patch dropped, they are trading above 20k to 30k on average. If you would have been one of the lucky few to figure this out before the patch dropped, you could have made 15k per Demon Fang if you bought as many as you could prior to the launch of Into the Fray. The pro to swing trading is simple. It may be one of the biggest profit margins you'll find in the game. Making 20 to 50k profit on an item adds up into the millions really quickly. It's also relatively simple, and not time consuming. You put up buy orders on your target swing trade. You let them fill. And you hold them in your bank until their value increases. Then sell them. Easy. There are a few cons to swing trading. The first is that it is risky. If you buy 1,000 of an item, expecting a rise in price, but the price stays the same, or worse, it drops in value. You are out a significant amount of money, even after getting rid of the item at the same price. Taxes and listing fees will take a good chunk from you if you invested millions into the trade. Another con is that it takes time. The other two methods we covered are much faster at generating profit. Whereas with swing trading your money is tied up for weeks or months at a time. A third con to this method is that you require a lot of capital. You have to have enough silver to invest into a viable swing trade, and still have money left over to trade other things. Or buy gear sets if you're also doing combat activities. And the final con I will list, is that it requires a lot of research in the form of reading patch notes. Researching what changes are coming to the game, and gleaning your potential trades that way. Now that I have explained the types of trading you can take part in Albion Online, I will briefly run through the tax and listing fee system for the game. It is an important thing to know, because it will help you determine just how much profit you'll be making on an item, or if you'll profit at all. Each buy order you create, and sell order you create, will charge a 1.5% listing fee, for a total of 3% of the overall price of the item or items. This is true for free-to-play, and premium characters. Free-to-play players must pay 6% sales tax on all sold items, whereas premium players only have to pay 3%. This may not seem like a lot of a difference. But when you are making 20 to 40 million silver a week trading, that small percentage makes a huge difference. This means that between the listing fees and the sales tax, free-to-play players must clear a 9% profit margin to even make money on the item, and premium players must clear a 6% profit margin. As an easy example, let's say you bought an item at 1,000 silver in a buy order as a free-to-play player. So a 9% profit margin on that item would be a sale at 1,090 silver. If you sold the item for that, you wouldn't make a single silver. You would break even. So to profit at all, you want to look for 200% profit margins in the spread. Or at least 50%. To compensate for these taxes and fees that come out of your transactions. Well, that's all I have regarding these topics for the day. I hope these insights help you realize the vast amount of trading opportunities there are in Albion Online. In my next video, it will be time to make a fresh trader alt, and plant them in a newbie town for some market flipping. We will take a tiny amount of silver we get from selling T1 rocks that we gather, and turn it into hundreds of thousands of silver. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel to see when I post new videos. It would help me out greatly. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.